Welcome back to another episode of the Kate Thurman Show. Today we have a special guest here. We have Allie Dalsimer in the building. Allie, thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you, Kate, for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited. I can't wait to talk to you.
Yeah, real conversations, you and me.
Real conversation. And Allie, I would like for you to read off your bio because the first thing I tell guests is I'm not going to read your bio. Why? Because I think no one can tell your story or talk about you better than you can.
Yeah, well, if folks are interested, there's more info, on my website on the About Alley section, and I can talk about that a little bit. But basically, I'm a former environmental expert, former political candidate, um, certified facilitator, former life coach. I'm currently an author, an award-winning author. That's a fairly new thing for me. I'm excited about it. I'm an activist, pacifist, animal lover, nature lover, and mom to two amazing kids that are just perfect for me.
Amen. Listen, I say the same thing. My kids perfect for me because they got to be perfect. God gave them to you. Those are blessings from
Yeah.
God.
Well, it's like they say, um, every mom has the best kids in the world.
That's right.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I agree with you, Allie. So, Allie, you named off a lot of stuff. Let's talk about some of this stuff you named. You named off a lot. An award
I
win.
didn't even mention being a bartender or anything. So yeah.
What?
No.
I love it. I love it. Talk to me about what made you want to be an activist. And you said you're an award winning author, honey. We got to put award winning on. We got to put some
Award
respect.
winning.
Okay.
Yeah, my I've only written one book so far. I have a couple in the works, working on them. But yeah, it's won a couple awards, so I'm pretty happy about that. It made me
Wow.
made my day. So it's
Oh,
nice to
wow.
be validated by third parties.
It is. It is. What's the name of your book? I want to make sure I read your book.
It's called It's Okay Not to Be Fabulous Every Day. And see, this has got the best-selling thing on it, and then I've got the ones without as well because it didn't used to be a bestseller, but it's
Okay.
an Amazon bestseller too. So that was kind of fun.
Yeah, that's fun. It's okay not to be fabulous every day.
It's okay not to be fabulous because who can be fabulous every day?
Well, listen. So it's okay to sleep with a bonnet on and be okay when you just
That's right.
want.
I talk about like one day, like not even getting out of my bathrobe, right? I woke up and I was like, I can't do anything today. I made soup, played with my cat, did some laundry, and then I binged Netflix. It was all I was mentally and emotionally capable of on that particular day. And so that's what I did.
Oh,
But
I have.
that's great because I had the cat, I had soup to eat, and I had fresh sheets to sleep in. So I'd accomplished something.
Yeah. So I shouldn't feel bad when I just want to walk around my robe on all day because I have a lot of those days. Well, listen, I don't want them call me. I don't want to talk. I don't want to do
Mhm.
this. I don't want to do that. So I shouldn't feel bad, right?
No, and in fact, I mean, being realistic, you're a very busy person. You have a lot going on. I did a little googling of you as well,
Oh,
and you know, you need time to recharge your batteries.
yeah.
And I've talked about this before, right? Recreate,
Mm-hmm.
recreation comes from the word to recreate. And you
Mm-hmm.
need that off time, that downtime in order to recharge your batteries and recreate your sense of excitement or enthusiasm or energy or whatever it is you need. And for some people, for you and me, maybe it's just being by ourselves and just tuning out the world. For other people, especially those who are maybe super extroverted, it's going out to a club or
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is. It just being with friends. It's whatever it is that you as an individual need to do to recharge your batteries. It's super important that you do it and be true to yourself and authentic to what your needs are, because as we know, as women, we spend so much of our lives catering to the needs of others, and it's really important that we make sure to spend a little bit of time with gracing ourselves some self-care.
Oh yeah, I love that. Well, I need some self care. Thank you for that. You said you did a little googling, so you see that I need a little me time. I need some self.
Well, you've got a lot going on. You got your event coming up in March. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, It's gonna be a good one. I'm
Mhm.
excited about it. Um, it's our first gala for our nonprofit, and I'm excited about it. But I know I need to mentally rest and physically rest too to enjoy it. You know how you don't want to drain yourself. How do
Mhm.
you handle self care and make sure that you have self care for Allie put in
You know,
place?
it's so funny. So I had my wisdom teeth removed just last month.
Uh
I
huh.
know I'm a little late to the game on that one, but I had this nitrous oxide that they gave me because I didn't go under. I was just the laughing gas and a lot of Novocaine.
Oh.
And I said to the dentist, I said, "Wow, if I knew drugs were this great, I'd do them all the time." And she said, "Yeah, most people that's how they get through their day. They do drugs all the time." And I laughed because because I thought, well, everybody's got to do what they got to do.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's going for a walk or it's talking with my kids or a lot of times I'll put an audiobook on and just tune out the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my way to center into myself.
Mm.
So, but I do love when the weather's good. I love being out in nature,
Yeah.
letting that sun beat down on me, release those endorphins. That's what does it for me.
That's what I love. I love walking outside. Gym is cute. Gym is nice. I have tried the gym. I will go to the gym, but what really gets me is the walk outside and having my time, listening
Hmm.
to my gospel, talking to God. That's what I need. That
Hmm.
helps me unwind when I have a lot. Because we have a lot going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I'm glad you wrote that book, but you also talked about you're an activist. Oh my gosh, you're doing a lot. What led you to do some of the things that you do? All of the things that you do, because it's a lot. You read off a lot, and
Well,
like
I
you.
grew up. I grew up in the midst of the women's movement, the civil rights movement, the environmental movement. Both of my parents were very active,
Okay.
in various aspects of that. My mother volunteered with a political party, local political party, all the time. She was active in the women's movement, and my father used to take us down to cleanups, and he would every year we went to a different state park for vacation, and it's just how I was raised,
Okay.
and I was raised with that set of beliefs that you have to try and do what you can to give
Hmm.
back, and
Absolutely.
every small action can make a difference. I don't have to do major great things.
Hmm.
It's the butterfly effect. Every little thing that I do can help, and so I try to do what I can do.
I love that. I believe in that too. That's why we started a nonprofit because we try to instill that in our kids as well. Before we started a nonprofit, we did that. We will take them with us when we were giving back, and they like the simplest things, fixing the sandwiches. They felt good doing it. They were in there
Mhm.
doing it, and not only that, taking clothes, taking the food down, but we will pray with them, pray with the homeless, and to see the smiles on their faces because they're still humans.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, when you're giving back and just that little bit of giving back, it means the world. It fills you up.
Mhm.
So I love that. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, I love that you take your kids. I really believe that we as adults tend to underestimate our children. We set the bar low. We think they can't handle things. The reality is kids are wired
Yeah.
to help. They want to help. They want to be of use and feel worthwhile, and it makes them feel grown up. But they love helping. It makes them happy to help and to get a smile in return. And if we ask a lot of them, they will give us a lot. Not
They will.
not I'm not talking unrealistic expectations, but if you say to a 3-year-old, "Hey, can you well, it was so something I did with my son. I would be like, "Hey, can you please go get, a clean diaper and a fresh set of clothes for your sister who was younger?" And he would be like, "Yes, I can do that." And he'd have to climb up on a shelf and he'd get it down, and it was great. And he felt of use and of value, and he helped me out. And I think that having your kids along with you teaches them valuable lessons, but it also inspires and motivates them.
Yeah, I don't tell this story a lot. Thank you for that. Um, we were one day we were going. I can't remember. We were coming out of a shopping plaza, and I had my son at the time. He was I want to say 9, 10, something like that.
Hmm.
And we saw it was this homeless person. Um, and my son was upset because I was like, oh shoot, I gave him just whatever I had in my pocket, but my son felt like that wasn't enough. And so he was upset. I'm like, what's wrong with you? So he was like, I don't like that. I just wanted to give him more. We literally came home, whatever food we had in the pantry, we can get in the car. Everybody in the house, all the kids, if they had any kind of money, because it was like I was like I didn't want to miss them, and it wasn't far from my house. But I remember coming here and all of us, everybody getting money out their pockets, took it back up there, and it made my son so happy to be able to do that. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. He sounds like a good kid.
He's a good kid. He's a good kid. I appreciate you for saying that. And Allie, you are doing a lot. You're an awesome person. Let me say that. Yeah,
Well,
you
thank
talked
you.
about. You're welcome. You talked about being an environmentalist. Can you give us a little bit of information about that? Let's elaborate
Yeah.
a little bit more.
Yeah. So I spent 30 years working in the environmental field, starting with nonprofit and working my way up. I actually used to manage the natural resources. I was the program manager for the natural resources program within the Department of Defense.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of folks don't know that the DoD actually has 25 million acres of land that they manage, and it's some of the highest quality habitat in existence, with more threatened, endangered, and at-risk species per acre than any other federal land management agency, including Fish and Wildlife Service or the Park Service.
Okay.
And it was a true pleasure and an honor to work. And I wasn't on the ground. I didn't do the day-to-day field work. I was at the headquarters level. I did policy advocacy and oversight, but I had the honor of working with the amazing biologists that work on those lands
Mm-hmm.
and learned so much. It was really a wonderful experience, and I was sad to have left that job. It was eliminated by the current administration at the time,
Mm-hmm.
who is coming back. Um, but while I was there, it was great,
Okay.
and I feel like we made a real positive difference.
Oh wow. Well, I would still feel good for the work that you did do. And it seems like you did a lot of work. You do a lot of positive things in the community. I know you mentioned you work for nonprofits and so that's a lot of great stuff that you do. Now, in saying all that, how does this align or how do you get your family involved in the different things that you do? Or do you get them involved?
I don't really, no, not anymore. And my kids are older. My
Mm,
son is 24. My daughter's 20. She's in school. She's in college. My son is pursuing his own career, and it's an all-consuming one. He's
okay.
he's uh, he's an actor uh, and singer, and he lives in New York City.
Okay.
So they are both extremely busy working. My daughter's going to school, working two jobs. My son is an actor. He's got two jobs, and he's going to auditions. And I do not try to get them to do what I do. I
Go-
will I will ask for their help sometimes with different specific tasks or projects. Can you proofread this kind of thing? Um, but and I help them in as much as I can. But I think it's super important that they live their lives and pursue their dreams,
Yeah.
while I pursue mine, because my dreams are not their dreams, and I shouldn't dictate to them what their dreams should be. I believe strongly they should pursue whatever their heart tells them to pursue.
Absolutely. I have a 24-year-old and she too is in college. She graduated college going back, right? But she does help us with our nonprofit, she matches what we give. But I remember when I decided to, do all of this, and my daughter, she used to sing, act, all of that. Been dancing since she was 2. So she was
Mm.
accepted to Allen Ailey in New York
Oh,
City,
wow.
age 14. Yeah, she got her first
Wow.
ambition deal as a singer in 15. I'm lucky enough to have her still go to school. She put herself through college the first time. She's put herself through college again.
Wow.
And she's a manager, and she has her own business. So I'm super proud. I appreciate that. I appreciate you saying that, because sometimes I say, when I ask her to do stuff, I feel bad. And
Yeah.
so it took forever to get the girl to come on our show, Allie. She's busy
Oh,
than we are. Like,
yeah.
you can't get your own kid to come on your show to be interviewed. 6 months.
Yeah, they got to be there for you at some point, right?
Yeah, but I can appreciate what you said, because you said it better than I could. Even though my daughter does help, it's good that she has her own identity. She does her own thing. She makes more money than her mama, I think. I need to calculate. I'm gonna calculate it, Allie.
Well, that's the way it should be. Good for
It's,
her.
exactly. I said, well,
Because
wait a minute. I
her
think
life, her life expenses are, a lot more than ours were 20 years ago. So,
I feel good that she still comes to me, even though she has all of these things going on. So she was like, it's funny, but it's not funny, because I'm like, I told you, when you get out there and you have to do things on your own, you're going to call and ask me questions. Do you get those like questions like that? Just,
well,
it's simple questions, not big questions, but simple adulting questions.
yeah, I mean, absolutely. I speak with I speak with my son probably every day,
Okay.
and I speak with my daughter. There's a little bit of a time difference, so we don't talk every day, but we do talk regularly, and
Okay.
every other day, maybe every third day occasionally. And not only do they ask me advice about different aspects of their life when they're sharing their experiences, I ask them. They're
Yeah.
both really bright kids and they're awesome human beings. And so we share very openly and honestly. And definitely, especially if I'm thinking about, a life choice of some kind or another, I will absolutely ask them for input, and they do the same for me. And I feel very blessed that we're kind of besties. So it's
Yeah.
nice. It's really nice. My relationship with each of them is very different, um, but they share the same um, core of trust and open communication. And I can't ask for more.
I love that, Alan. So I want you to tell me a little bit more about everything else. What do you have coming up? What do you have going on? Because I've been all in your business. Sorry. I'm sorry. But I want to talk more about what you do and what you have coming up. Because we talked about some of the things you've already done. What are some
Mhm.
of the things you have coming up?
Well, so in addition to the book, I also put out a Spanish version, and they're both available in audio format as well. The English audio book format will be coming in the next couple weeks, fingers crossed.
Okay.
Um, and in the works are a children's book that I'm working on right now, and working on some hopefully final revisions on it. And then I've got to go through the editing process. It's a middle grade book about a cat and a mouse and their unexpected friendship.
Oh,
And it deals with a lot of themes that my nonfiction book does as well. Trust and overcoming stereotypes
yeah.
and overcoming fears and um, just life issues that kids that age have to deal with. And I'm pulling together information for a follow-on book to Fabulous, and there's a workbook that I keep pushing down the reins that hopefully I'll get to at one point, and I'm exploring perhaps writing in another genre just to give it a try. And I'm Cyrus Webb, he works with us both, and he's got me convinced to do a show with him at noon on Fridays, starting in February and going for 12 weeks, where we are going to discuss chapter by chapter my book. So I'm going to be his co-host, apparently. I have never done anything like that. So that's going to be exciting, and I hope folks will stay tuned. And
Absolutely.
yeah, there'll be more info on that coming up. And if you go to my website, it's allydalsimer.com. You can follow me on socials and or sign up for my newsletter. If you sign up for my newsletter, there's a free handout, free brochure that I give you on how to maximize your personal potential. It's just 3 simple steps you can take starting today to start really becoming the you that you were meant to be. And I'll be putting updates on my co-hosting adventure with Cyrus in both of those areas.
I'm
So
excited for you.
yeah,
So
I think it's going to be a good year.
it is. We're gonna claim it. We
We
claim
are.
it today together.
Hmm.
So tell me about this newsletter so I can sign up and the audience can sign up.
Yeah, absolutely. It's absolutely free. I send it out twice a month,
Okay.
and it goes on every other Saturday. And I give a little author updates and news and insights, and then I also provide life advice, tips and tricks for dealing with grief or for accomplishing goals. Or my last issue was on manifesting and the neuroscience behind that. And then there's also at the end is a book recommendation. I have Allie's Book Nook, and I put out recommendations. Most of those recommendations come from um, people who have signed up for my newsletter, from my readers and followers. And it's very diverse, and there's some really good ones. And I'm so excited about it because I've discovered some great books from their suggestions. So
Okay.
yeah, please sign up. Go to my website and click the newsletter tab and just sign up.
Okay, definitely. And what is your website again?
It's alliedalsimer.com
Okay.
or alliedalsimer.us. That's a Linktree site, which is a
Okay.
little faster, but
Okay. All
yeah.
right. Well, I want the audience, you guys heard it. I want you guys to go sign up for her newsletter, check out her website, and connect with Allie. Can you give them information on how to connect with you on your social media, or you just rather them go to the website?
No, absolutely. I mean, it's just my name. I'm the only Allie Dalsimer on the planet, so you can find me if you search. But or you can email me. It's Allie@alliedalsimer.org. And that's also on the website as well. But yeah, reach out. I love to hear from folks, connect with folks. So
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Allie, we've had us a great conversation. I appreciate you coming by and talking with me and let me be all in your business.
well, thank
And
you.
I've enjoyed this conversation with you. And this is the end of the show, guys. This is Alan Dalsimer here on the Kate Thurman Show. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter. Make sure that you go to her website. Can you please get that website one more time before we go?
Absolutely. AllieDalsimer.com. And I just want to say, Kate, thank you for having me on, and thank you for sharing your stories. And I very much enjoyed our time as well.
I enjoyed my time with you. Until next time, this is the Kate Thurman Show. Bye for now.